Hi there everybody. Well, I finally got my daisy bag made. So I've been promising people this daisy bag tutorial for quite a while. And what I've done is I did originally design these daisy squares to be part of a blanket. And I actually made them in exactly the same size and turned them into a bag. So I have got a separate tutorial on here to show you how to actually make these daisy squares, which are so cute, okay? And I will link it below, okay? So it's just the daisy square, and I'll put a link in the description below. So you need to go and make 2 of those squares and tie in all the ends, weave in all the ends, and come back here when you've got your 2 squares made, okay? And then I'm going to today show people how to put it together and to make this really beautiful little strap and how to put the strap on. So we're going to do the construction of the daisy square in this tutorial. Okay, please like and subscribe, and push the little bell if you want to get updates as to when my new patterns are coming out. I'm really excited to be doing this today, and let's get on with it. So once you've got your 2 squares, you're going to lie them one on top of the other with the right sides facing out. And the right sides facing out is when you can see that nice smooth row of stitches. All the little V's are showing up for you. Can you see that there? And that's how we know that is the right side. And if you turn it over, you can see the same thing. There's all these nice little V's. I'm not sure if that's showing up very well. So once you've got your 2 squares, you're going to lay them with the right sides facing out. You can see how nice that daisy looks. And if you look at the inside, it's sort of sunken in there. The blossoms, or the little petals, are not sticking out as nice. And also you can tell by looking at the top row of stitches, if you can see the V's all laying there nicely in a row, then you know that's the right side. So we're going to put them one on top of the other with the right sides facing out on both sides, okay, and the wrong sides are in. And then I'm going to get my H hook and I'm going to put it through that hole at the top and put it through the other hole in the other corner, okay? Then I'm going to get my brown. I'm going to make a slip knot for you. So I'm going to wrap it round here twice and then pull it over and pull it over and then put my hook into that little space there and pull it tight. And that's how I make a slip knot, okay? So I'm getting in a little bit of a rush there, so I'm sorry about that. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a hold of this part here and pull it through those 2 holes of the corner, and then just do a slip stitch together. Wrap it over and just pull it through, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to be working down the side with a slip stitch into each of the stitches. So we're going to look at the first stitch. I shouldn't be doing this with chocolate brown probably because it's hard for you to see. And then we're going to go into the first stitch on the other side, and we're going to put the yarn over and pull it through and through. We're not actually doing a single crochet. We are just doing a slip stitch, okay? So now we go into the next one. The next stitch is here. And we're going to go into the back, stitch, yarn over, pull it through, and that's a slip stitch. And we're going to do that all the way down the side, okay? So I'm going to do another one here. So the next stitch is here, and then we go to the back, and there's the next stitch, yarn over, pull it through, pull it through. So we're just matching the stitches. If you look, you can see there's a stitch on this side and a stitch on that side. And you go all the way down to the bottom corner, okay? So when we get to the bottom, we get to the corner, we're just going to put it into the hole, that hole in the middle there, and wrap it over and pull it through, and that's the corner. Now we're going to turn the work to the side here, and we're going to find the first stitch, which is here. And try to hold it up so you can see it. Put it through there, and then the first stitch on the other side, which is there, and we're going to wrap our yarn over and pull it through those 2 stitches and through the one that was on our hook already. We're not wrapping the yarn over before we put it through. We're putting it just directly through the next 2 stitches. So now we've got this one here beside it and this one here, and pull it through those 2 and then pull it through the one that's on the hook. And we're going to go down, all the way down this side until we get to the next quarter. Okay. If you've got dark yarn like this, it's nice to hold it over a light surface because you can see the light shining through and you can see the definition of your stitches easier. Okay. So off we go. So here we are down at the next corner, and here we have our hole in the corner. So we're just going to stick a hook through there, wrap the yarn around, pull it through and pull it through. That's a slip stitch, okay? And now we're ready to go down the 3rd side, which is going to be our final side, okay? So now we just don't put the yarn over, just go into the first stitch that you can see there, and then find the first one on the other side, pull them through the 2, pull them through the one on the hook, okay? Find the next stitch, here it is, and the next one, there it is. Yarn over, pull it through there, pull it through there, pull it through. So we're going to slip stitch all the way down to the final corner. And so here we are at the end, and we're just going to do a single crochet, another slip stitch into that last hole, and then another slip stitch, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to leave a thread to weave in a nice strong end, because that's the top of the bag, okay? So we pull that, and now we have a bag, okay? If you like, you can actually line it. This one was made with a 3-weight yarn because this was the demo for the blanket, but I made it with H hook. This is the one with an H hook, and this is much tighter. You can see it's a much tighter thing, and I don't really think it needs lining, but you can line it if you want to put some smaller items in that you don't want to fall through. So now we're going to work on this strap. And we're going to make the strap independently and then sew it on to the bag. So I'm just going to weave in these ends. So we can be ready for the strap. So with my yarn needle, I am going to take it and go down. We've got this kind of an edge to the bag now, which we made by doing that slip stitch. So we're just going to go in, out, and try and do it at least 3 times. But because it's the corner of a bag, I like to make sure that it's really strong. So I'm going to push it through to the other side and do some over there. There we go. And maybe go straight up here and through the top, like that. Pull it through, clip it off. Oops, got a little bit of there. And we're going to do the same on the other side, weave in those edges. I'm not going to do it because it makes the video too long, but you know how to weave in the edges. So for our strap, we're going to make a slip knot. I wrap the yarn around like that, pull the yarn over once, pull it over again, and then I stick the hook right in there and just pull it, and that's how I do a slip knot. And we are going to chain 130, and that's going to make a strap or a handle that is 20 inches long. So we chaining is put the yarn over the hook and pull it through. Yarn over the hook, pull it through. Yarn over the hook, pull it through. Now I'm going to suggest that you don't make these chains really tight because it'll make one side of the strap a little bit tighter than the other and it won't hang, because this one is a much stronger crochet line row than when you cast off at the other side. It's quite stretchy. So this one doesn't give as much, so we're going to make them a little bit loose. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to do that, you just let it come through a little bit more than rather than having it like this, you let it stretch out a little bit. So that's 5, 6, 7. Do you see how I'm pulling it out a little bit? 8, 9, 10. And I always move my fingers up and pinch it. There. 11, stretch, 12, 13, 14. I'm always twisting my hand like this. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and keep going like that until you get up to 130. Okay, so here we have our 130 chains, and now we're going to just single crochet down each of these chains. Okay, so I'm holding it up to the camera so you can see. There you can see that first loop. We're not going to go into that one, we're going to go into the second one and put the yarn over, pull it up, and then we go pull it through those 2, and then the next one, put it through, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, pull it through the 2. And then here's our next hole. So we're going to put our hook in there. Don't wrap the yarn over. Put the yarn over the hook now and pull it through. Then put the yarn over the hook and pull it through those 2 loops, okay? And this is a single crochet through the 2. Into the next chain. Make sure you're not twisting your chain, okay? You want to always hold it so the V's are facing up, and we're going to go into the top of the V, the top stitch, and we're going to chain all the way down to the end, and I'll meet you at the end. So here we are, we finished our single crochet, and I've pulled it off at the end and tightened it off and left it like that. And now I'm going to put you see how now when we go down this row, we've got all these little V's. So we're going to be crocheting into the top of each of these V's. So we're going to put the hook through, and I'm going to get my yarn, the next color. We're going to wrap it over and create a slip knot. I don't actually have the yellow that I used when I was making my demo. So we're just going to use this mustard, which is what we used in the original granny bag. And I'm going to pull it through like that for you. And then we're going to slip stitch through there. Now, that acts as our chain 1. Now we're going to go into the next stitch. There'll be 2 legs to the stitch. You'll see them there, 2 of them. 1, 2. Wrap your yarn over, pull it through those. Yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops. Then we're going to go along to the next one. There it is. These are really standout stitches for you. So you can just go down and do single crochets. Put the hook through, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2. All the way down. Okay? And that's how we're going to do our second row. When we get to the end, we're just going to pull the yarn through and fasten off. Okay? And I'll see you at the end of this. So here we are at the end of that row. I've just done my last single crochet into the last little stitch there. So I'll show you how we fasten it off. We just do that, cut it, and then we put the yarn over and we pull it through that final stitch, and that's tied off. Okay, so our next row is going to be the green. Okay, so I'm going to get the green and find the beginning, and here we are. We're going to make another slip knot. Yarn over your finger twice, pull it over once, pull it over again, and then get your hook under that little hoop there. Okay, and we're going to start at this end where the thread is. We're going to put our hook, I think it's better if you put your hook through first, then put it through the slip knot, and then pull it through, and then put the yarn over and pull it through, and that's a single crochet. And we are going to go into the next stitch, single crochet, straight into the next stitch, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through the 2, and here we go all the way around down this other row. And then we're going to be attaching some more brown when we get to the end, and that will be our strap. And so we've done the green, so I'm going to cut the green and pull that one through. And then for our last row for the strap, we're going to go back to the brown. Okay, where's my brown? I think it's down here on the floor. And we make another slip knot. And I'm actually going to put my hook through here first. Put it through the first 2 stitches. Make sure you've got both of them on your hook. There we go. And pull that slip stitch through there, slip knot, not slip stitch, slip knot, and we are going to actually make a slip stitch to attach it. So there we go. And we can chain one if we want to, or you can just go straight into it. So now we've turned our work and we're going to be going back down the strap. Put your hook in there and start single crocheting all the way down. I'll meet you when you get down to the end, and we're going to then be tying in the ends, and I will show you how to attach it to your daisy square bag. Okay? So here we are, we're at the end of our final row, and it looks so pretty. I love this color combo. I'm going to do my last single crochet, cut the yarn, pull it through, and now it's time to weave in all these ends. Okay? So once again, I'll just have a little quick example of how we do that. We take our yarn and we just thread it down. When you're going down here, you can actually just go through these like this. Oh, I keep getting off camera. I'm sitting at a funny angle today. There we go. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to do 3. There's 3. Pull it tight and trim it really close to the edge like that. And then you can just pull it. Okay, now we're going to do the next one. Okay. There you can see I've just gone down through there. And then I'm going to go down the next one and up and down again through there. This is going to be hidden because it's going to be stitched inside the bag. And the last one, down, up, in and out. And I'm just going to do it twice there. So then we're going to do the same on the other end, and then we're ready to put the straps, attach them. So now we've got our strap, and we are going to open up the bag. I've done one side. I got ahead of myself here. But you open up the bag. This is the outside, and we open it up like this, and we lay it down, and you can see here is the seam, right? So what we're going to do is I've done this side, so I'm going to make sure that I don't twist my strap. And my strap is going to go this way down so that it's going to be perfect, right? And I center it, and we're lucky because we've got these 2 different colors. So it's the middle where the mustard and the green are, that's going to be placed right on the center of the seam. And I'm going down about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I like to make a nice solid strap that is not going to come off when you put a bit of weight into your bag, okay? And then you can go up to the top where it is here and just go in. I'm not going to do a knot. Sorry about that. Just going to go in, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a thread over, right? And I'm going to just do about 3 stitches in there. That's going to make it nice and secure at the top where the strap is. Now make sure that you've got it laying with the seam in the middle, and that's all matched up, so it's going to be nice and straight. And I hold it in place, but you can pin it. I just hold it in place like this. And now I'm going to go down, and I'm going to, into each stitch on the side of my strap, I am going to pick up some threads from the back, from the actual bag, and go down and just sew like a whip stitch in from the back up to the front, pull it through. And get down to the bottom, and I do 2 or 3 in the corner. There we go. And then I'm going to go under and up across the bottom, up from into the side of the bag and up, and then a couple in the corner, just to make it nice and solid. Okay, and I'm going to turn it around, and you can see here, this is the top of the bag, this is the inside of the bag, and we're going to go up this side now. And then I'm going to do the top of the bag into the strap 3 times. 1, 2, 3 times. And then we're going to do what's called a running stitch, where we just go down and up across the top of the bag. I'm going to back stitch it a little bit just to make it super strong. And then we come out the side of the strap. And then I'm just going to weave in the ends into the actual strap at the back here. Pull that off and cut it. And then we're going to go back to the top where we had our beginning stitch. Where we started with our slip knot. And I'm just going to weave that one into the back of the strap. I'm going to go down and back up just to make sure it's really secure, okay? This is exciting. And then we turn it right side out. And we have our strap attached. And if we go to the other side, our strap is attached from inside. And we have our beautiful daisy square bag with a nice long strap. You can make it shorter or longer, depending on what you want. But I hope that this has helped you and that you enjoy your bag. I like it made out of the worsted weight with an H hook here. This one's made with a 3 weight, but the strap is made with a worsted weight. But this was my demo, right? You can use whatever colors you like. And thank you very much for joining me for the Daisy Square Bag tutorial. Remember, the squares are actually made in another tutorial for the Daisy Square, so that this isn't such a long tutorial to upload. So please subscribe if you enjoyed this, and let me know if you have anything else you want me to make. I know I do have crochet slipper socks on my list. That's going to be the next thing, I think, and then my skinny scarf. So I'm trying to work through all my requests. Thank you very much, and happy crocheting, everyone.